Let me put it down there. How is everybody? The weird lights. This is the lighting for tonight. Welcome to Lighting Not 101. We don't know how to light anything over here. We don't know what we're doing because we never know what we're doing in a live stream. That's the charm of this live stream, is that we have no idea what's happening. We do know that Diddy's on trial, though. Hi, you guys. Yeah, we know Diddy's on trial, right? Diddy is on fucking trial. So that's good. Poor Cassie. She's pregnant and has to have that shit said about her. Fuck that guy right off the bat. Oh my God. You gutter dumpster, gutter fire. I don't know what to say about you. You person of evilness. Hi, you guys. Hi. How is everybody? Look, y'all, I got my little ring fixed. Okay, so this is my favorite little, oh God, fingers up too close. This is my favorite ring that I got it from Rachel, and it went missing. And I found it on my driveway, and somebody ran over this and squished it. I was like, it's so sad. So anyway, I took it to a jewelry shop, and they're like, yeah, we can't really do that. I'm like, well, I don't know. So then I was at the warehouse getting crystals, and Rachel's like, of course I can do that. I make your, your swords and your knives, and I make jewelry, and she fixed it. There it is. It's back. And it's pyrite and turquoise, and I love it. Loves it. I'm so happy to have it back. I don't know who put it on the driveway and why they ran over it. Somebody in my family, obviously, or maybe not. Maybe it was a ghost that took it outside. Yeah, that's my favorite. It's my favorite. Oh, snacks. I've got to stop eating snacks. I'm getting huge. No more snacks for Sloan. No more snacky snacks. Yeah, Rachel has, she's really good. So she kept it, she fixed it, she sent me a picture with it on her finger, and so I drove out to get it. So I'm driving out to get it. I get on that 210. So I go by Mount Wilson because I'm not hiking that. So I get on the 210, and as I'm getting on the on-ramp, a rock goes through my windshield, but not all the way through, just cracks the outside. And if you know anything about these cars, I've gained 50. Oh no, I'd kill myself, Nancy. You can lose it. Ice cream, I just ate some. That was my dinner. I don't eat dinner, I ate ice cream. I eat popcorn, I don't eat dinner. It's not good. I've got to stop being that person. Like, just stop eating. Anyway, the rock went through the windshield. Now, here, yes, I'm pole dance training. That doesn't stop me from eating. That doesn't stop me from anything. I snack everywhere I go. They have snacks. So Sloan is always snack. I go to Silk's class and they're like, are you eating? I'm like, I'm definitely eating. Are you eating popcorn? I'm like, yes, I'm eating. I don't eat regular food because if I eat regular food and snacks, I'm fucked. I'm up 5 pounds. I can't do it. Anyway, the rock went through my windshield, but not through, just right in the driver's line. So you have to calibrate it. So even if I try to sneak off and not do it with insurance, yeah, I eat the skinny popcorn, but I'm thinking it's not so skinny since the way I eat it. You know what I mean? I can't eat Reese's Big Bars. That would be the end of me. So I got to pay for, yes, I'm a pig. I get it. I got to pay for the windshield, but I had to go through insurance because it's like $3,000 to fix a little a little windshield because it has all the electrical between the gas. You have to calibrate it. So bummed. Anyway, I'm not paying $3,000. I'm going to put it through insurance, obviously. That's what I'm doing. I got popcorn down here. Anyway, carnivore diet. Yes, I should do that. Yes, insurance will pay for it, sure. But what I'm saying is I prefer not to go through them. So if it's like $500, I don't want to go through them, but triple that. You know what I mean? If you're a pig, I'm Bigfoot. No, I am. I feel it. Doesn't stop me from eating though, I choked. Oh my God. No choking. No chokings. Crass reacting to my afterlife. Oh, interesting. I'm on keto. My weight keeps coming off. I can't eat popcorn. You're smart because I keep getting... Is Diddy going to get off? Do you really think, okay, I can't with you people. No, Diddy's not going to get off. He's a sex trafficker of children. He's also a gay man that hates women. I mean, there's some good gay men and they usually stay with other men, which is the kind you want as friends. You never want some, yeah, I'm on cocaine. Said every model in the 80s. Anyway, these men that do what P. Diddy did, like having the sex worker pee, go to the bathroom in Cassie's mouth. He degrades women. He doesn't like women. That's why he can fuck men and women. Anybody who's like that, number one, if you're married to a guy and he's in the closet, he probably mouths off to you, says rude things, right? Says rude things, calls you a whore and all kinds of names. And really what he wants to go off and do is suck a dick. Diddy, not only does he want to suck a dick, get a dick, be a dick, he wants to annihilate any woman he's with. She was 19 and he was 20 years older, or right thereabouts. She was 19, he was like 38. So age difference. Men who want an age difference. I know we say it's normal. It's not normal. It's predatory. They want, Diddy definitely hates women. I mean, he kissy with his fake mommy with that bad wig. No offense. No offense. Oh, he's definitely a malignant narcissist, but he's also one of the lower echelon. There are more that are going to come. Well, you got to be a demon. You got to be a fucking demon. Crybaby R. Kelly. Gail, why are you talking like that? I'm R. Kelly. I'm crying like a bitch. You know why R. Kelly cried, you little bitch? Because Gail, Oprah, and all of those people hired him because he wasn't an educated person. So they got him as a pimp for the shit that they wanted. Do you see what I'm saying? Do pay? Please stop asking me if I do paid readings. You can't pay me enough to do a reading. I book through my website at, I can't say this, ad nauseum. I have to keep saying this. Okay, I have a website for 40 years. Absolutely, I do take readings, but stop asking me on my live because I'm not here to do the monkey puppet shuffle for you. Oh my God. Anyway, I can't help it. It makes me so fucking nuts. How do you tune into my channel and not know how I feel about that? Okay. I have my own website. You can book through there. And guess what? If you can't book, don't email and say, I don't know why the website's not working. I can't book because there are no readings open. That's why. It's because Sloan does not want the website open. She will never respond to you. Nobody will respond to you. She's not booking you. You're not getting booked until the website's back open again. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. Okay. Anyway, Jay-Z is another demon. Another one. I remember I was working at my friend's shelter. Okay. No, I'm not booked up for years. Don't say that, Kendra. Here I go on another rant. I do not book up for years. I would never do that. I don't want to be responsible to have to think that I have to do a reading for you in 5 years. I am never booked up. I am not booked up. I shut my book down. I do not book ahead. I'm not that popular. I don't do that. Don't put that shit on me. That's what other psychics do to make you think they're good. I don't want to be seen that way. I just do the work when I need to make money. That's when my books are open. I do the work only when I need to make money. That's it. I tell people all the time. Anyway, no, I have my flowers there from Keith for Mother's Day. Yes, Tom Hanks killed Cappy. I said that. Tracy Twyman was murdered. Her husband sued me for a reading I did July 9th or 19th. 2019, just after she died. Maybe she died on the 11th and 9th. I don't remember. Anyway, Tracy Twyman, who was hooked up with Isaac Cappy, and they swapped information on satanic pedophilia, Okay, so anyway, Clyde Lewis asked me to do a show where Tracy Twyman was a co-host. I did a reading on his co-host. Not all the time was she his co-host, but she did a lot of radio shows. Like they talked, communicated. I did the radio show. I gave my prediction. Her whiny ass, baby ass bitch of a husband brought me into a court case. because he said I tried to say he murdered her. I never said that. I said what I said, and he didn't like it. He didn't like it because people thought he did it, so he didn't like it. Crybaby. He didn't like it. So he decided that he wanted to sue me for my house. Oh yeah, they sued me. I won. I never got a lawyer. I won. The other people in there, they got a lawyer. They dropped thousands of dollars before it even got started. Don't do that. That's what they want to do to bankrupt you. I will never do that. You won't get me spending money on that. I'm not doing it. Like, I'm going to go into court myself because it's better when you do that. Because why? Because when you go in pro se, pro per, whatever it's called, you get a lot more latitude because you're not a lawyer. Now, they may think you're a raving idiot. That's true. But you're not a lawyer. Therefore, you're not held to the same standard. And you can still get your point across without getting thrown out of the court. So there. So anyway, all the charges were dropped. 5. I beat them in court myself. And that's what I did. That's what I did. And I will continue to do it. Anyway, yeah, of course. Don't ask a question like that. Is there anything positive happening? That's a manipulative question. I'm not saying anything's positive or negative. It just is. Stop looking at it that way. It just is what it is. Is anything good happening? Says shut the fuck up about anything else because we only want to hear good. Bitch, shut up. I don't know what to say. If you're on planet Earth, it's not a good place. I mean, that's obvious. So you have to find your own good. Yes, astrokartography is where you move in an astrology dance monkey night, right? Come on, monkey pump it. Bitch, dance. It reminds me of when I was a stripper. Bitch, fucking get out there, bend over. I got $1 for you. Fuck you. Anyway, I don't care. I was the worst stripper ever because I don't care to go after your money. I care to make exactly what I need to make to get the hell out of there so I can go running on the beach when I was in Miami. That's what I cared about. Okay? So rude. Yeah, I'm rude, but whatever. Anyway, crazy smart, bitches. Crazy smart. Crazy smart. Yeah, you don't see. It's true. When I was a stripper and they're like, yeah, I want to dance. I was like, no. Here, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 40 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, 500 bucks. Fuck you, leaving. Oh, just one more dance. No! And I'm running out the door. No. I can't help it. It's just me. I don't want you to think you can buy me with money. I hate the money transaction. I hate it. You can pay for a service for an hour if I'm available and I'll do it. Yes, astrokartography works in astrology because it moves you to the place that you want to reside. So it shows you the aspects to your natal chart. Like if you want to move to India, if you want, and don't do that. But if you want to move to Florida, if you want to move to Greenland, if you want to move to Australia, Toronto, wherever you want to move, it kind of calculates your chart for that area and shows you. So if you have Pluto on your descendant, you don't want to go there. If you have Pluto in your 10th house, you know, that's a different thing. It depends. You look for certain aspects. There'll be you want Venus placed well, you want Jupiter placed well, you want Mercury placed well, so you're not dealing with stupid ass people. Like when I moved to California, Mars is closest to my ascendant. It moved me with Mars on my ascendant. Bummer, I can't sit still. Yes, on the random calls, right? Do you think astrologers should be taught or generational? It seems like a special skill. Yeah, I don't think anything's a special skill, but that's nice you think that. You either get it or you don't. I don't think it should be taught within a family. That's like nepotism. So that's stupid. Meaning just because my son is my son doesn't mean he should be good at astrology. He has his own path. Or just because my mom's an astrologer, which she wasn't, but it doesn't mean that I should be that, right? So I think astrology, you have a predilection for it and you will find your teacher as you do. Like, as I said, when I was a little girl, so it might have been my 9th birthday. I'm pretty sure it was. My cousin in England, okay, so my adopted cousin, because God knows I don't have a bio cousin. I do, but I don't. So the one that raised me, her cousin, which was my cousin, she was like 17 and I was like 9. Anyway, she was in England. So this is when letters came. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't call London, England, and all of that. So it was my birthday. So when I opened her present, she said, "Happy birthday. Here's your astrology sign." And it was a Scorpio because my entire childhood, my mother celebrated on the 16th of August. My birthday is the 15th. She thought it would be fun on the 16th. She did that many a time. My brother was a Scorpio, so my cousin sent me a Scorpio, a Scorpio necklace. So I wrote her a letter back and said, I'm not... Psychology is from astrology. I don't think so. Psychology is run by two people. You've got the pedophile and the other one, Freud and Jungian. And none of them, I mean, you can say that, but I don't look at it that way. I absolutely don't look at it as a science or look at it that way because I don't like to be categorized like that. The reason I am an astrologer is because I don't want you saying she's a credible astrologer and this is why she's credible. I either do good or I don't. That's just it. I don't need any talking up and I don't want it. I don't like that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't like Freud, but nonetheless. So my cousin, I wrote her back and I said, I'm a Leo, not a Scorpio. And she goes, actually, she said, I know that. I'm sending you all of the little, like, you know, signs, but they only had Scorpio. Of course they did. Of course they did. So anyway, I got the net. So that's when I started reading. Freud was a pedophile, and so was his nephew. And Freud, the Freudian psychology goes back all the way back. Here goes the air conditioning. It's going to be loud, y'all. Freudian goes all the way back to everything is because your child wants to fuck their mother or father, or their mother wants to fuck them, or their father wants to fuck them. It's all pedophilic. That's all Freud did, but Freud was a pedophile. So that makes sense. He viewed the world from his pedophile realm. And in this planet, they like to teach that. That's what he did. He was actually a pedophile. That's been proven. Read about it. And he wasn't a nice person because he was a pedophile. If you're fucking children, you're not a nice person. So how did he get up in our culture to be considered and revered that all of your kids go to college and in order to be a psychiatrist and prescribe pharmaceuticals, they have to go and they have to learn Freud and Carl Jung. But they pick usually Freudian, I was going to say Freudian astrology. Now she's got me thinking like that. Freudian psychology, right? And what is psychology, psychiatry? But what is psychiatry? It's run by the pharmaceutical, okay? It's run by the pharmaceutical company. It's all about fixing your brain with the drugs. That's why your kids are on Ritalin. Your kids are on meth, aka Ritalin. Yeah, so anyway, I felt my brain had a spasm. Yeah, okay. Oh, Jungian, he followed astrology. Got you. Yeah, so that's how I started astrology. Then I'll tell you the second story. So I met a guy in a strip club. All my stories start that way from the age of 14 on. I met a guy in a strip club who was like 60 something and I was like 16. Anyway, I used to dance for him when he came into town. His name was, I can't remember his name. Gone. He's probably dead. Okay. Anyway, so I'm in the strip club and he's like, I'm from California. And I'm like, I'm not, but I want to go there. And he says, the kiss of death. If you're ever in California, here's my number. Call me. I'm a bitch that'll call you. Like, don't give me your number because 4 years later, 3 years later, I will call you. So anyway, I put the number in a book and I carried the book. It was a Marilyn Monroe book in my purse because, you know, I always have a large purse, a little purse, and a littler purse. So I had my hairdryer, my makeup, 3 sweaters. I didn't even take a suitcase to LA. So I left Canada. I wore high heels and I had my booty shorts, my running shoes, and another pair of like 6-inch heels. That is how I walked through the airport, like the little girl that I am. Anyway, I got on the airplane and when I came to LA, First of all, I met a guy. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. I met a guy I flew to Burbank. I was high on LSD. I apologize. That's the last time I took it. You'll be grateful to know that. Anyway, I get off in Burbank, the airplane, not get off the airplane in Burbank. I have a fever. I'm coming down and I'm like, the stewardess, she had me lie down on the back seats. She gave me some aspirin. Little did she know. Anyway, I get out in the parking lot in Burbank and it's taxi cabs. There's no Ubers. I loved LSD actually. There's no, there's no Uber, Lyft, none of that. Just seedy guys in taxi cabs. Well, there was this youngish guy, so in his 30s. So I'm 19. This young guy in his 30s. Anyway, he's in a cab. So I get in the cab and I'm like, I'm going to go to Hollywood and stay at the YMCA because it's like $25 a night. You heard that right. Kind of like a hostel, but you get a locker, but you share a room with people. Anyway, I'm like, I'm going to go there. And he's like, do you want to go to a party? And I'm like, do I want to go to a party? Hell yeah. So anyway, I disappeared for 2 weeks with this guy. I guess you would call it dating. So we went to a bunch of parties. There was like all of these places. It was really fun. I can't remember any of it. Not the point. The point is I did do all of this. So when I finally made it to Hollywood, I check in and I'm walking up and down the boulevard and this guy's not like, looking around and I pull out my book and this guy's number falls out and I'm like, I'm going to a payphones. So I phone this guy and he's like, let me come pick you up. I'm like, pick me up? Sure. So he comes to pick me up. So I don't even know what he looks like. It doesn't matter. I'm being nice. He's being nice. Anyway, so we drive all over. We go to all the strip clubs, but I can't work in them because they serve alcohol. So this is how backwards California is. No, I had a little accident on the mushrooms. That's not good for me. So how backwards California is, if you're not of drinking age, you can work in the all nude clubs. So there's no alcohol, or at least there wasn't any alcohol in the all naked clubs. So if you're 16, 17, 18, probably 15, 12, you can get into those clubs because nobody's drinking, even though they are drinking, but nobody's drinking. But if you're 21, you go to the topless clubs and everybody's shit-faced. That's for real. So you know where I ended up. I wasn't 21. So anyway, I was like, whatever. Anyhow, so we were looking and I decided to get a job at Denny's. However, I couldn't at the time because the Denny's in Hollywood served alcohol and I wasn't of age, even though Canada's 19. Not the point again. So he calls me, this guy, I can't even remember his name, and he says, I have a young friend who's from Toronto. I think I'm going to give him your number, or I'll give you his number, and he should come and talk to you because he's a young guy from Canada. So this guy shows up at the Hollywood YMCA and okay, so he knocks on the door, whatever, comes in. So we go out for dinner, right? See, you worked at Denny's at 16. I couldn't get a job at Denny's. The Denny's I went to served alcohol. So wherever that was in Hollywood, and I don't even know. I can't even remember because I blocked it out. Anyway, this guy shows up for dinner and he's from Toronto. His name's Ted Bundy. No, anyway, one of my ex-husband's friends' sisters, actually, not for him, for the Hillside Strangler. That guy babysat for her kids. Yeah, you fucking heard that right. Anyway, that's a John story. So anyway, I go out for dinner with this guy and we're talking. Turns out he's like a professional, way above my skill set, astrologer, professional. And that starts my intense training. Okay. So like for the next 2 to 3 years, right? Okay. For the next 2 to 3 years, I am literally day in 24/7 learning my craft astrology wise from this person that the guy in the strip club introduced me to Yes, and I mean, he was a huge. He was an actor. He was older than me. He's a little bit older than John right now. So he would be 1 year older than John. So they're in the same age group, but he was younger than the guy back then. So that put him in his 40s when he met me. And so the guy from the strip club must have been in his 60s. I'm just trying to gauge it. I can't remember. But that's actually how I learned astrology. So from that point on, I was in constant study with him, like, completely day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. It's your path. When you're an astrologer, it's your path. When you're a psychic, it is your path. Always listen to your elders. It's your path. So it was, and sugar does destroy. Yes, it does. Yes. I'm sure I have ADHD. Pretty sure. Anyway, that was what I was supposed to do. So I literally was professional from day one, but also psychic. So it's two different worlds. So when I read charts, I read them differently. Diddy hates his mom, who's not really his mom, and maybe been allegedly kissy with him, playing under the blankets with her baby boy, who's not really her baby boy. Allegedly, my opinion. I'm allowed to have an opinion. Anyway, so that is how I learned astrology. But that's that whole story. That just shows you that no matter who you are, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, if you have a soul path, you will be following that path. Even if you meet the guy from the strip club who has the other guy, knows him, thinks he's a younger guy, even though he's not, but he's a phenomenal astrologer. And so you're learning from the best. That's how I learned astrology, more so. So it's really good. It was really good. Oh no, your cat. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Oh God, I hate that when they hit animals on the road. I hate that. Hate it. I have no idea. I didn't really talk to the people in my birth family. I mean, I'm sure they are. But I didn't, no one said it to me. I mean, I didn't really have conversations with the people that, hi, we don't want you here. No, I'm not really a huge fan, but, it just, I don't know. I'm assuming somebody would. I don't know how you can find someone to teach you. You have to do that on your own. I'm not doing it. No, I can't. I'm still writing. I've written the book. I can't even make it finish because I don't have enough patience to sit down and finish it. I literally can't handle it. So yeah, you just either, you can find astrologers online. I mean, there are a lot of astrologers online, so it's kind of interesting. I did write a book on astrology, not a book about me. Can a death of someone's, hold on, can a death of someone super close make you lose connection to feeling of others who passed? I'm sure it can. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that would be a permanent thing, but yeah, I'm sure it can. I like Sasquatch. It's a dimensional creature, Sasquatch. So yeah, it's Sasquatch comes through a dimension. It's not like, yeah, I'm sorry your cat passed. I hate that. Do you have it? No, I have no published books. Published authors. I was a writer for a newspaper. I did theology and religion, and stuff like that, when I first moved to LA. And, I wrote, when I was in Toronto, I got published at 16, but again for a newspaper. So I wrote newspaper articles back in the day when you were a stringer and got paid per inch of your writing if they picked your article. Not really easy to make a career, is it? Let's see. So I want to switch depression or other. No, I want to switch right out of all of it. I do both. So when I feel like doing astrology, I do it. When I feel like doing psychic, I do it. But ultimately, I hope to be unemployed and never work again. Yes, I don't know how I'm going to do that, but that's just a little goal of mine. It should be your goal too. It should be your goal. Yeah, no, not per inch like that. Per inch of writing, smartass. Yeah, it's per inch of writing. Like if you write a paragraph, what is that? 6 inches or 1, 2, 3, whatever. So that's it. I already predicted the Diddy stuff. I predicted it. I predicted it before he ever got arrested. Like that should count as my prediction. That should count as my prediction. Yeah, me too. I didn't want to go to I didn't want to go to kindergarten either. Fuck that. I got kicked out everywhere. I mean, I was always kicked out for talking too much, causing trouble. There were 3 of us, me and 2 boys in the class. We were in big trouble. Talk too much. She talks too much. Blah, 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 blah. Definitely. Marilyn was always murdered. I knew that as a small kid. I don't understand why people on this planet, I don't understand why people on this planet cannot see it for what it is. It's always been very apparent to me, even as a child, that Marilyn Monroe was murdered. And I was a child, okay? She was like, I was born just after she was murdered, but it's kind of obvious. These people, and it's always like, she died of an overdose. She took 50 Nembutal pills and there wasn't a glass of water in the room, but she swallowed them because she didn't like water. Shut the fuck up. They injected her. They take your butt and they inject through that, or they inject through your toes, or they inject where there's wrinkles. You know, they could inject through your neck, right? Wrinkles. But they usually do it up the butt. They inject in the crease of the butt because who can find that? Nobody. Are breast implants bad? Yes, all plastic surgery is bad, but you can do what you want. The reason breast implants are bad is because men have us thinking, and male doctors, that we need to look good for men when men hate us because they're all gay, aka P. Diddy. Don't get mad at me, men on here. But seriously, they don't like women. They don't like women. They don't like women. So that's a problem, right? Yeah, the tissue in the butt, but it's all wrinkly there, so that's what they do. Oh yeah, I'm gonna want a facelift. I mean, I'm gonna want one. So okay, you're hating. You know, I'm not dateable because I literally can't listen to a man and believe them. I just go like this. I'm not suitable. I'm not suitable. If you're a young man and you're like a kid age, like my kid's age, then I can talk to you because that's not even in my thinking that you're a man. You're just a kid. But if you're a grown ass man, I can't. I just can't. I just know. I just know. I just can't. I'm fabulous on my own. I don't need a man for anything. I can fix shit on my own. I can change a tire. I can fix my locks. What do I need a man for? What do I need one for? Exactly. I know they do distract me. I've been married to a narcissist. Please leave. Please leave. Just look at the P. Diddy trial and know that Clive Davis is next, that Jay-Z is one of them, that Beyonce is one of them, that every single person that you admire and that I've admired in my past is one of them. Opinion on spanking children. I'm sorry. I ass kicked my children, okay? Yeah, I didn't have the patience. I went after my boys and tackled them. They opened their mouth. One look from Keith. I'm telling you, Keith would say something. He'd see my eyes go. He put those hands on my head like this, and I could never swat up to get him. But my thing is, yeah, you open your mouth, you get. I'm Generation X. I'm fisticuffs. I'm fisticuffs. Yeah, sorry. I'm not. Yeah, I wasn't very patient with my. No, I wasn't very patient with them. I got in the car and I had, I had a kid that called me a dumb bitch when he was in 9th grade. And I was like, you're getting socked one for saying that. No, that's it. You say that, my reaction is boom, right across the seat. Not good, but it is my reaction. So don't fucking talk to me that way. Learn not to talk to me that way. Yeah, ping pong paddle. Yeah, see, he would have lost teeth from you. Yeah, no, I couldn't. I can't. I have to really reframe now. I have to detach. Because sometimes people say shit to me and I'm like, did you? So I detach now. So they can't get me now. You can't get me now, okay? I actually slapped him with an open hand. But one time, I'm not saying which one of my kids, but one time one of my kids was stealing, told me he was going to steal when I confiscated something from him that is never, violence is never. I think violence is the answer. So sorry. I'm not going to talk to the rapist. Hey, rapist, don't do it. No. Anyway, one time, one of my children, well, many times, but one time when they were little, they stole something and I got called into Kmart. Abuse is abuse, whatever you want to call it. That's fine. I don't care. You're not going to shame me. I did what I did. What do you want me to do? Take it back? She asked the question. I said what I did. It's the way it is. I opened a can of whoop ass on my kid. That's it. That's the way it is. That's it. Yeah. No, some kids, are you kidding me? Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yeah. So when you're the only disciplinarian, that's what you're going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I also wash their mouth out with soap. I also took the door hinges off their door. I packed all their clothes up and threw them into a closet and locked them out. Took their mattress off their bed. I did everything I could do. That's what I did. I said, if you do drugs, I will beat the shit out of you. I will throw the drugs out of your house, out of my house. You are under my roof. I pay the fucking bills. Shut the hell up. That's what I did. That's it, period. I'm not here to make friends with them. I'm here to parent them so they don't end up in jail. I had 2 boys. They end up in jail. Do you know what I'm saying? If you let a boy go wild, rickshaw on you, then he's going to get rickshawish in his life. Not going to happen. So whooping your kids is lazy parenting. Whatever you want to say. They're lucky I didn't fucking put them in a punching ring. John was raised in a boxing ring at private school. They put you into a boxing ring with gloves. Yeah, the gentle parenting, I don't know about that. I don't have that in me. That's not who I am. I wasn't trying not to do the best I could do. I'm literally, if you cause that reaction and you do the shit you do, then I'm coming after you. That is what I'm doing. That is what I'm doing. I will do it now. I don't care. If it's a matter of you going to jail and me talking to you when you don't fucking listen, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Gentle parenting is no parenting, jokes. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking not every day. I also fed and, like you guys, fed and clothed your kids. I did everything, every sports game, everything. That's just who I am. I have a temper. John opens his mouth. He's getting kicked too, right? Ping! Ask him. He got some knocks on the forehead too. Not good, but true. He used to piss me off. And when I would get my period, you got to stay out of my face. Don't you remember, ladies, when your hormones are out of whack? Right? I'm a mother first, but I know what happens to boys. And I remember my boys' behavior. People who know me in person know the bullshit that those 2 did. And it's not your normal bullshit, okay? Like I was being SWAT teamed at night by the LAPD in the middle of the fucking night, okay? When my kids were 13, 14, 15, we were getting like it was a joke. When it hit my birthday, I was like, where are the cops? They come in tonight? Because the kids would go back to school. They'd catch them on whatever they did, send the cops to the house. That's, and when you keep sending that to my house, I lose my mind. That's it. That's it. I don't know what to say. One time I had to wake Keith up and he heard the cops outside and I'm screaming, you got to get a warrant. You got to get a warrant. Get a warrant and come back. Okay, so listen. Once you tell the cops they got to get a warrant, which is your right, they punish you. They punish you. They broke all my Christmas decorations in the garage. Anything that was china and crystal and round and delicate, they opened those boxes and smashed them and left a mess for us to clean up. That's what I got every time I asked for a warrant, which is your legal right in America. But the police, they don't fucking like it. They don't want you to question their goddamn authority. Well, me, I did. I'd scream out the window, warrant. I knew they were coming back. Been handcuffed in my own house, not from something I did. Just saying. You know what I mean? That's it. So yeah, if you keep doing shit like that to me, I am up your ass. I'm following you. I'm stalking you. I will pull you out of situations. You are not doing that anymore. Anyway, they grew out of that phase. Like after a couple of years and we weren't like, the SWAT team wasn't at the door, I was like, what has happened here? One time I woke Keith up and they're knocking outside and I said, you got 20 minutes. and he's in bed like this. He's pretending he's asleep and he can't hear me. So John's keeping a watch on the window. I jump on Keith and I like straddle him on the bed. Like he's under the blankets. He's about 15. And I sitting right there, right in his face. And I'm like, what did you do? What did your friends do? What? And he just was like this. He wouldn't, Scorpio moon, wouldn't say a word. And no, LAPD, LAPD. LAPD. They knew how to track them at school because they went back into school. I know, Mew. She's smelling Keithy's flowers. It was hilarious. Keith did all kinds of stunts. All kinds. So as they're taking Keith out of the house, me and John, thank you for that. Thank you guys for the super chats. Me and John are screaming out the window, tell them you want a lawyer, don't talk. Yes, they did. They handcuffed us all. They handcuffed us. All, I mean, John, Jason, me, yeah, Keith, and we're screaming, don't talk. So Keith sat in a jail cell till his friends copped to what they did. He knew what went on. But anyway, he sat in that jail cell for 5 hours and he said not one word. That's a Scorpio moon. I know. That's what I'm saying. My kids were those kinds of kids. I'm not going to say what he did because you guys will hang up the channel. He did not, there's nothing like hugely wrong. It's kid shit, but it's still shit you can't do. I'm a Scorpio moon. Yeah, no, and a complete angel. Exactly. And you won't cop to anything when anyway, the other two accomplices ended up in kid jail for a year or two. Keith did not because Keith didn't participate in that. He just was aware of what happened because he drove a car. That's all I'm saying. We might call it a getaway car these days, but he drove a car unaware of what the two accomplices had done. I was fucking screaming at him. I was on the bed. I'm like, I will beat the shit out of you if you don't tell me what you did. And so I can't defend him if I don't know what he did. Anyway, I still am not really clear on what he did, but it was hilarious. Okay, so that's it. Is she there? What are you doing? What you doing? Anyway, so that was my kids. Yes, the mountains are still closed. I know it's true. I mean, I apologized. I've apologized to my kids for what I did because there were times I lost my temper. Both of them, when they hit 13 and 14, I was nuts with them. I was like, you will not talk back. You will not, you know. And Jason had a thing where he hated to clean his room. So he deliberately, and I mean deliberately, would eat like In-N-Out burger and then throw the wrapper on the floor. And John would say, just leave it. Don't go in the room. Don't go in the room. And I'm like, if I'm paying the bills, I'm going in the room. I do not want bugs in the room. Like, you know, I'm a mom. I don't want bugs in the room. Anyway, that's the argument him and I. Well, no, I know, right? So anyway, he's tidy now. He was just being a little pain in my ass. So yeah, no, I tried. They didn't listen to me. They didn't listen. They liked more, you know, their dad was their friend. I was not a friend. I was a disciplinarian. Only because I know what happens, or they'll be terrible roommates. Exactly. I know what happens. No, I know it's not a garbage can. It's disrespectful. So yeah, I was just like, Anyhow, and one time I just have to, this is a Jason story and I'm going to get yelled at for this, but Johnny, who's in the hospital, so we were redoing the floors upstairs, right? Yeah, John played good cop. John's always the good cop. Jason still talks to John. Me, he's tight-lipped with. He's tight-lipped. He don't want me knowing shit. Anyhow, so Jason, I don't know how old he was, however old he was, me and Johnny were redoing the floor. Johnny, my friend that got in the car accident. We were redoing the floors in the house. So we had to start in Jason's room and work forward with the planks upstairs. I'm talking about upstairs. So we were putting in wood floors upstairs and we were bringing it forward and then we were putting in different floors in the bathroom, but we wanted the wood to all go the same way. So like Jason's room was here, Keith's room was here, and our room was here. So we wanted like all the wood going the same way throughout the upstairs. So it was measured out. So I told Jason the day before, I said, Johnny's going to be here at 8:30 in the morning. We have to take your bed down. So you will have to get up. You can sleep in my bed. You can go to work. You can do whatever you want. School, I mean, whatever he was doing. You can do that. 8:30, Jason's in his bed. pulls the covers up over his head. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking come after you. I'm going to come after you. He would not get out of that. We had to dump him out of his bed. He would not move. Knew we were starting there. That's how Jason and I were like that. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Anyway, yeah, I did throw water on him. That was a thing I did too. So we got the bed down, we got the carpet up, and then it was smooth sailing. It's just that it has to be on his terms when he was a teenager. You know how it happens, right? Smart, not sneaky. Yeah, well, Keithy was sneaky. Keithy said, I'm not going to get caught doing what he does. Jason was always like in your face, like how I am, so he always got caught. Keithy was like, I saw what you did to him. I'm not doing that. Water breaks up fights. Exactly. Anyway, that's it. That's how I raised my kids. But I was there for them. Anytime anything happened, I'm there for them. I am there for my son till this day. His kids, his family. Keith observed. Yeah, that's what I did. I'm still there. Anytime my son needs anything, and he's 33, will be, I'm there. So that's it. I've never let him down. I've constantly showed up his entire life. Keith was a Sag. Jason's a Cancer. Jason's a Aries rising. Yeah. Keithy was a Leo rising. So my son was conjunct Keith's rising, and John's son was conjunct Jason's rising. And Jason had a Capricorn moon conjuncting Uranus and Neptune, and Keithy had a Scorpio moon conjuncting Pluto out of sign in Sag. So there's that. Yeah, no, I'm there for my son. My son can piss me off still. He can say the dumbest shit to his mother, and I just look at him and I'm like, wow, I can hear you. But it doesn't mean it. The second he needs me, and he does call me, then I'm right there. So I would never cut off my kid. I think about it in my head. It's a little fantasy, but I'm never going to do it. I'm not cut his family off. It doesn't really matter what they do. I stay with them. So that's it. No, I don't. I believe in space. Yes. I believe in space. Yeah. But not space the way they do it. Yeah. Capricorn. Capricorn's a difficult one. Difficult one. How's Johnny doing? I hear he's better. Lori called me today, so I assume we're going to visit by the end of the week or early next week. We haven't been back in 2 weeks. I feel so bad, but we are going to go visit. I think he's they might have transferred him to a different area. I don't know. I have to talk to his sister, and then we will go do that. But yeah. So anyway, my kids kept me on my toes. They played soccer. They went swimming, they played basketball, they went skiing every winter, they did snowboarding, they went to Mammoth with their friends. My husband, not Johnny, would drive them to Mountain High, a gaggle of kids to Mountain High. They went to Big Bear, they went to Mammoth, they went to, they did all of that. They did everything. We went skiing every winter. So all of our vacations were physical vacations. John and I never went on a romantic vacation in our entire marriage, over 3 decades, almost 4 decades. She's just sniffing the Do you mind? Don't eat Keithy's flowers. No, stop. The flower's not offending you. She thinks the flower's offending you. The flower's not offending you. Don't be a troublemaker. She's a lot like Jason. She's a Cancer. Look, she's going to do it. This is Jason right here. So yeah, anyway, we never took it. Like, you guys I know there's couples that take romantic. I never wanted to go on vacation without my kids. I wanted to cook and clean for them while I was on vacation because I don't know how else to be other than to do those things. So that's, that's what I did. Because I loved my kids so much. And that's it. That's it. Yeah, I love them so much. So we did vacations. We went to Florida. We went to the beach. We went skiing every winter at Cousin Jay's with Cousin Delaney and Cousin Thomas and Cousin Cassidy. We went to, you guys know, Penticton in the summer. We went swimming. So everything was around exercise. Everything. Like, meaning moving. We didn't ever just stay and go to a spa. We're not that kind of people. We're like, keep going like that. No, you can't have dual citizenship. I hate telling people this. You have to make your decision up by the time you're 18. So Jason had dual citizenship as a kid, and so did Keith. But if they don't make that decision as they're 18, then they're not going to be. You know what I mean? What are you doing? She's my troublemaker. She's my troublemaker. Yeah, so we did all of that. We went, we spent a lot of time in Palm Springs with my birth cousin who ran a spa in Palm Springs with his husband. And yeah, my gay cousins living in Palm Springs. What are the odds? Anyway, yeah. And Laguna Niguel. Very stereotypical. Anyway, we spent a lot of time with them when the kids were little. So we would drive out on the weekends. We'd swim in the pool. We would go into Palm Springs, have dinner. We would go visit the museums, blah, 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 and do all of that. So that's what I did with my kids. That's it. Lou is planning. Yeah, she's planning her takeover. That's what she's doing. Look. Okay, that's a fake plant. I don't know. Excuse me. Now she's biting mommy. She's exactly like Jason. Come here. Why? Okay, stay there. She's like Jason. She just bit me. My husband's great grandma was a madam. That's fantastic. She was a madam. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Cats are, look, she's going to be a troublemaker. Let's see. What are you doing? Tell the people what you're doing. Tell them what you're doing. What are you doing? Don't look guilty. She's looking guilty, y'all. She's guilty. I know. She's definitely going to go crazy. She might even jump on the back of my head. She does that sometimes. Like this. She gets her, she's like eyeing me right now. Can you see her? I'm getting a death stare right there. Yeah, she's not going to stop. Do you read, Kat? Well, animals are really easy to read because they're animals. They don't have a lot of like craziness like we do, you know? She looks guilty. Look what she's doing. See, I'm going to have to beat her ass. I'm kidding. I don't beat the cat, but I do spray her with water. Yeah, I do spray her with water. I go to the sink and go like that. She hates it. That's her mugshot. She's so bad. Look, do you see that? It's a fake plant, Tallulah. Animals have souls. Of course they have souls. Why do you think they wouldn't have souls? You see the cat. You think that's what, a robot or a non-souled human being or whatever? No, she's, excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, God. Excuse me. What are you doing? That's right. There she goes. Let's see if she jumps back up. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, everything has a living soul. Okay, so getting back to the Diddy trial, Diddy is not getting off. Stop saying that when you guys ask. Also, there's Clive Davis above Diddy. There's politicians above him. It's a whole hierarchy of child trafficking. That's what it is. It's actually about the prostitution of human beings as they are children, when they are children. That's what it is. Why would, I mean, the Diddy trial, anybody who's been in sex works heard that shit over the years. Like, we know fucking men do this. I'm sorry, that's why I'm jaded. Thank you for that. We know that, I'm sorry, cat hair everywhere that I'm, we know men do that. I mean, I grew up in the strip clubs. That is what men do. They will do anything they can do. And rich, bored men, okay, so men that are very wealthy and bored, they get so bored sexually because they can have any kind of sex that they want. They can have sex with whoever, they have money. And people are so greedy for money that they will do whatever it is that they ask them for that money. Sorry, I got cat hair in my thing. So anyway, in my mouth. So when men grow bored, you have those places where in the Middle East, they beat them up. I know, right? They beat them up for sexual stimulation and they go to the bathroom on them. And I don't mean peeing. If I got to pick between peeing and another thing, I'm going to pick the peeing. But the fact is that once you do that, and if you listen to Cassie's story, first of all, she thought she was dating Diddy. So he set her up, AKA love bombed. I guess we call that love bomb. So he set her up. He groomed her. She was 19. I don't care if she wanted money. I don't care if she wanted to be a star. I don't care. Don't tell me that bullshit. I don't care. I don't care. He groomed her. Then he drugged her because she didn't even know that she was drugged the first time. And then he kept her working for his own gratification. And technically, when a man does that, so let's forget the sexual perversion, okay? The perversion that men have. Like the fact that golden showers is a thing is fucked up. No woman's going around going, I want a golden shower because I love your body fluid all over me. Like, yeah, baby, I love you. Can you hear the sarcasm? That is not happening. Men offer women money and women do whatever because we are taught in this society, wrongly so, that money is the do all and be all. And we also, you're right about the humiliation ritual, but money, when we look at P. Diddy, we're like, oh my God, he's a billionaire. He's got a clothing company, Sean John or whatever it was. That doesn't impress me. I don't care how fucking much money you got because, bitch, you're going to die one day if you're lucky. If you're lucky. She's coming back here to bug. She's planning her attack back here. She's now going to go after the lights. I guarantee you she's got, look, what did I tell you? It's a mess over there. She's going after my lights. She's going after them. She's like, I'm going after your lights. I'm going to take you out. Anyway, the problem is the fact that Diddy was 2 decades older. That's grooming. The other fact is that money is not the do-all and be-all of anything on this planet because we are dead here and alive when we leave. Although they tell us the opposite. I know it's Illuminati. It's definitely satanic. What it is Baphomet. It's inversion. He's such a dweeb. He's such a pussy-ass bitch. He's such a pussy. I'm talking about P. Diddy. He's such a man bitch that he got to beat a woman in a hallway because he can't contain her. And guess who got even? She took 30 million and she's testifying against him. She's testifying. Fuck you, Diddy. But he's small fry. The reason that I know they're Satanists and they're sadistic, and it's Baphomet religion. It's also, they believe that, what are you doing? The hell are you doing? She's now going to eat paper behind me. They believe that if they absolutely perform like this, they can have, I know they're after little boys. When I had my boys, I wanted boys because I didn't want a girl because I didn't want her to get raped. That was my thinking from my own childhood. I did not want a girl child because I didn't want them to be raped as children. Without even thinking about boys, when I had my boys, I realized men like little boys better. Constantly, as observe your children, observe your male children and see these men trying to get near you. I can't. We had a neighbor and he used to get these weirdo roommates, and they were weird. Anyway, there was a guy from out of the country in Europe, said he was an Olympic athlete, showed my kids an Olympic medal. Still don't know if it's real or not. Don't even believe it. Invited them into the house for pizza. And just me and John going up the street and one of my kids screaming, I want that pizza. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're not going in there for pizza. You're not going in there for pizza. Like, I don't assume you're nice. I assume you want to fuck my children. I'll make amends after the fact. With my grandkids, with my children, whatever. I assume you're going to hurt them. I don't assume any less. Sorry. I'm going to come at it from a objective protection standpoint. And if you prove me wrong, you're going to do so with a very thin leash around my kid. You're not going to take them by themselves. They're not staying overnight at your house. None of that. One time I let my kids stay overnight with a neighbor because we got our house fumigated, right? Yes, there is such a thing as forensic astrology. I understand it. You can add forensic to whatever you want. It's still not a proven science because astrology is left up to the interpretation of the aspects. So they have some interpretation of aspects, but you will hear people look at the same aspects in an astrology chart and have different interpretations. That makes it intuitively artistic, not just forensic. There are things you can do to track a chart and to look at a chart timing, etc. But it is definitely not a science. No, because the interpretation of said aspects is left up to the practitioner. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think it gives it credibility. You're either a good reader or you're not. That's it. So anyway, sorry, I have to always say that. But guilty until proven innocent. Yeah. And well, I don't know why you're an adult wanting to be around my kid. Why do you want to do that, right? Why do you want to be around my kids? Like, what's fucking wrong with you? You can't have an adult conversation. Love these adults too that is there such a thing as dream psychic? Absolutely. Edgar Cayce was a dream psychic. That's why he slept on his lunch hour and he went into like a meditative state and got his information and his secretary transcribed it for him. So people ask him questions. He slept, he got information. He's known as a sleeping prophet. Absolutely. So yeah, anyway, yes, paranoid. I know, Midnight Productions. Exactly. So the problem in our society is we are taught to be kind and to treat others like we wish to be treated. You cannot treat a demon the way you want to be treated. You cannot treat P. Diddy the way that you want to be treated. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Let's see. Cassie is a Virgo sun. Are the servants? Yes. Well, they're doormats. So servants, I'm not going to use the word servant. I'm going to use the word doormat and punching bag. So if you have a Venus in Virgo, that is the type of thing. You're going to be abused in your relationship. So I don't know what she has in Virgo. It's not just a Virgo sun. Virgo sun has an edge of royalty to it. And keep in mind, this is what I was going to say before I got distracted. P. Diddy, that fucking fuck, P. Diddy, okay, he stole Cassie's energy. He stole it. And then he put his shame and his evil onto her body through sex. That's what he did. And then he jerked off watching it. I expect this from men. Again, I grew up in the strip clubs. I expect this from men. All right. So I cannot even. I saw so many things in the strip clubs that these men like. What other thing do you think when men who are married go to a strip club and do a lap dance? How come that is not considered cheating? Like you're getting an erection in your pants and someone's rubbing it on him. So now our stripper girls, and we should free them all, now they got to pay a club to work. When I was a dancer, and I was never a dancer, a peeler, when I was a stripper, I didn't have to pay the club. They paid me. They looked at my body. I did a set. They decided whether I looked okay. Okay, of course I did. I was a child, 14. Anyway, they look to see if you look okay. They hire you. You do 3 sets a day. You make a steady paycheck, which back then was $2,000 a week. Okay, back then. Because everybody else called you a whore, a slut, a homewrecker, and everything. It wasn't like a on thing. It was not a good thing. You did tip your DJ and you tipped your bartender for any drinks you had and your clients and all of that. But you tipped your DJ for him to, number one, and most importantly, light that stage with some soft lighting so your jiggle, jiggle, bounce, bounce don't show, right? And he would play your songs in order. So instead of just giving you random music to dance to, he would play your music choices, which he usually brought in on a cassette. I'm that old. When I left stripping in early 1991, I was started in 80s, okay, 82. So when I left 81, 82, when I left stripping in 91, when I quit, was the very beginning. Okay. Yeah. Now, yeah, 2000 a night I could do table dances too. I'm just saying to you, all I had to do for 2000 a week was do 3 sets in a shift, 5-6 hour shift. 3 sets is 3 sets of 3 songs. Clothes, underwear, naked. Clothes, underwear, naked, clothes, underwear, naked. 3 sets. I didn't have to do table dances. Obviously, I could go make money doing table dances if I felt like it. But guess who didn't feel like it? I would skip out and only come in and do my sets. You couldn't catch me. Sometimes I did table dances. You couldn't touch. We had horseshoe tables and table boxes. The old strippers remember this. The boxes that you would put down on the floor, step in your high heels so that your crotch was right in their face. Yay. While they were eating their hamburgers and their chicken fingers. Ugh. I could never eat in there because I was like, I would actually go in the bathroom to eat because I couldn't watch men eating, watching naked women. I was like, ugh. So I'd rather be in the bathroom. That's how weird I was. I just couldn't. I just could not. Anyway, so you could make a lot more per night. I'm just talking. The sets are like, what is a song? 3 minutes, 3 minutes. So just say 9, 10 minutes. So 10, 20, 30. 30 minutes a day of work for a week, you got 2,000. That's what you got. Not in, yeah, I know, with one client. I get all of that. I did all of that too. You can do all of that. But I'm talking only just to dance. I don't have to go talk to a fucking client. That's my point. I'm so arrogant, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to listen to their nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Now in 91, when I quit, you had to pay the club to work. So what they've done, I just want you to entertain this for a minute. What they've done is they've turned the strippers into being pimped out by the clubs, because you've got to pay your pimp, aka your club, and they expect you to go into a back room and rub your body, which is prostitution. You're not just a stripper, you're now a prostitute, and you're making shit money for it. Fuck off. Not enough money for me to touch you. No amount of 4,000 is not enough money for me to touch you. Yes, you have to pay to work in the strip clubs. That started when I quit. Part of the reason I quit. I'm not doing it. I refuse. Yeah, $100 house fee. I'm not paying you a fucking house fee. You're lucky I'm up there naked. I was cute. Fuck off. No, these girls are cute. They don't need to pay to work. Do you not get it? Do you not see the twist in that? It's not right. It's not right. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. So that's how, yes, it sounds like a Ponzi scheme. And then they go into the VIP rooms, right? And some of the VIP rooms have cameras in them, blackmail. Other ones have private VIP rooms where the guy, you can, what does my little stripper friend say? She gave him a foot hand job. A foot hand job. So his dick was hard and she rubbed it with her foot. See, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I was strictly a dancer. I'm not doing it. If I want to be a prostitute, I'd go get a high-rise apartment and charge a lot more. That's what I would have done. I'm not doing anything at this age, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's just, I can't. No, but that's what they do. It's the same. Now let's look at it. I would get a fucking footgram. I know, I can't. She told me that. Some of my dominatrix friends tell me what they do, and I'm like, I'd be a good dominatrix because my level of rage at this world and at men is great. But I literally couldn't even watch their face and pick up what they're thinking as I was like verbally abusing them and whipping them. That's what my friend does. Yeah, so I don't even know what to say to that, but I have no feelings if you're a sex worker. I grew up in the industry. I don't care what you do. I have no feelings on it. My problem with the pornography on all levels, I don't care if you do it. Most of my friends are former, current, I have a few straight friends, but most of them are in those realms of work, okay? But OnlyFans, okay, probably 90% of OnlyFans is your husbands on their cell phones in the bathroom looking at some other woman's vagina, boobies, feet, I don't know, whatever it is they're doing. So it's your husbands paying with your money to these chicks on OnlyFans, or dudes, I don't know. So only scams. Yeah, I don't know fully. I mean, if I could get onto OnlyFans and just scream at people, I'd probably make a lot. Like, come on my OnlyFans, fuck you. But yeah, I don't care what they do, right? I don't care what they do. But the porn, you have to understand through the camera screen, and depending on the level of whether the girl is actually young, old, transgender, you, because you don't know a lot of things, you don't know, right? I could probably do that on OnlyFans, right? Sloan, wait, Sloan, hold on. You would, there are men that are not, wait, you would, there are men that are into that. Yeah, I know. And I'd just be screaming at them, but it'd be like my marriage all over again. And I can't make a fucking thick-headed man. I can't do it. I just can't. Oh yeah, pay pigs. I went down the whole pay pigs thing, and I'm like, I guess if you're bored, I guess that's what it is. If you're bored. Now, what P. Diddy is doing is he completely groomed, abused, and pimped out Cassie. And then he defiled her because P. Diddy is a man bitch who wants to be a woman, but he doesn't have his own vagina. And he's mad at all vagina people because he doesn't have one. His kids shouldn't be in the court. They should not be there because it's deplorable. It's deplorable what he's done. Good for Cassie. Of course he sold the tapes. The tapes go around Hollywood. That's a fact. I know that for a fact. Google pay pigs on TikTok. Enjoy. Enjoy. I wanted to check out pay pigs. Yeah, it sounds good. Like you can scream at men and tell them, bitch, don't talk to me. Drop $1,000 in my bank. Like I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know what to think about that. Anyway, Diddy, okay, he hates women, his career. Now, J-Lo in 99, and John got this before I got this. He said J-Lo covered for Diddy during that murder in the club, whatever club that was in 1999. That's how J-Lo got a career. That was graft payola for J-Lo because she doesn't have a career. She's not a bad actress, but that's it. She covered up, and it was a woman that got shot. So she's not even a girl's girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's no, they fuck kids. Dan Schneider, Nickelodeon, Bryan Singer. I know somebody. I know two people. I saw the court case. I was at the whatever restaurant that the Bryan Singer, the Mexican kid, sued him for the sexual abuse. But I know other people that were underage that Bryan Singer fucked. I actually know two young men. Because Bryan Singer is my age, so why not date a 14-year-old? And Bryan Singer married a woman that gave him custody of her son for $1 million, allegedly. Yeah. So these movie people still hire these fucking people. Okay, they still do it. Yes. Mark Collins Rector. I have been screaming this for decades. I have gone to every family dinner party. I will say that John was a good sport about this because as soon as I would show up at a dinner party, and we had those actor kids, Disney actor kids at them, they were friends with the cousins, okay? So like those two twins, can't remember the name of the show, and some of the other kids, okay, that worked on Nickelodeon. And I would start in with the pedophilia conversation. And every head would turn and go, there's John's wacko wife talking. I'm not wacko. I know it. I've heard it. I've seen it. They do this. Drake and Josh, thank you, those two kids. And they would always scapegoat one of my sons. I'm not going to say it, but the mother. Okay, I just have to tell this story. So anyway, one of the mothers, I don't know that it's that show, but it's of these two kids. Okay, I don't know. I can't remember. But my cousin, it's not my cousin. It's my cousin through marriage. It's John's cousin. We have a really well-to-do cousin. Anyway, he married a woman that has all of these friends, and the kids all went to those schools, performing arts and all of that. Every time one of those fucking stage mothers came over, they looked at us like we were trying to horn in on the goods of that house. Bitch, we're related. I don't care what my cousins have. through marriage. John's cousins. And it's like John's favorite. We don't care. But they were always scapegoating one of my sons. And one of my cousins' daughters would be the ones saying that didn't happen. But see, they like to target because they want to keep control of this because it's all about money and prostitution. Steven Spielberg, David Geffen, and Jeffrey Katzenberg. Yes, all of them. Hello, David Geffen. Oh my God, Kurt Cobain. Ha, interesting. Okay, anyway, yeah, I don't care who has it. You can't buy me with money. I can make my own, and whatever you have, I can make triple it. That's how I think. You're not special unless you're doing something to sell out. And if you're doing something to sell out, I'm never going to do that anyway. So if you're just working for your money and you figured out a way, I can do the same thing because you're not smarter than me. That's how I look at money. I don't think it's blessed to people and not blessed, period. But I mean, look at Mark Collins Rector. He had to take off to Spain, right? He had to take off to Spain. Him and Brian Singer, and there was another one, all got involved in digital media with kids, okay? So this is, welcome to my secret sound studio, gang. Degenerates, exactly. Yeah. Oh, well, you can call me another Jaguar, right? That's not an insult. She knows what she's talking about. I have been saying this for 3 decades, more than that. This would be year 38. I've been with my husband, who's now my ex-husband, but this would be year 38. We got divorced in year 37. So year 38. And I said it when I was 20. Okay, 20. Because I saw it. I heard it. I saw it. It happens. That is all that happens. So if you know, you know. So all of these celebrities that you bow down to and think they're so fucking great, ask yourself, what have they done? How have they been abused? Or what have they participated in? Now, Amber Heard's another one. She just had twins with Jason Momoa, allegedly, and she has an Elon Musk baby. But you know, being a high feminine priestess, how do you gift high feminine priestesses? How do you gift high feminine priestesses? Ask yourself that. When you go to a party and there is a high priestess in the room, right? I did see kids picked up from the shelter. I always worked with abused and trafficked, and Eddie Murphy was a person I heard about way before it broke. There was a police sergeant of Beverly Hills that used to fuck one of our transgender boys under the age of 16. I was there for this. I have seen this. I have seen the police reports, the written reports, the court reports. I don't even want to hear it. I have heard it. It's fucking obvious. Anyway, it's so obvious because men who want to be around, wait, what are you saying here? Stop picking on Jaguar Wright. Stop saying that. Say it on her channel. Anyway, they absolutely harm and hurt kids, as I said. Let's see, she's 47 years old. She's young. 47, ain't hit 50 yet. Okay, I hit 50, went past 50. Jason Momoa. They put it, that's who she had twins with. Google it. I believe it's Jason Momoa, for real. She had twins. I think it was last week. Getting back to the story. If there is a high priestess with warlocks, remember, men in higher upper echelon elite society know how to call in entities, making them warlocks. The females are witches, but there's other names for them, right? So if you're a high priestess at a party and everybody has to honor you, and you're wearing a G-string with you're wearing a garter with no undertrunks, no G-string, how are they going to honor you, male and female, before they get through the door as you sit on the altar? They're going to go down there and honor that. Think about that one. Think about that. Yeah. Let's see. I'm looking this up. Seriously. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, Charlie Sheen did rape Corey Haim. Allegedly, according to Corey Haim. Somebody's like Oprah. Hold on. Let's see. I think she said it's Jason. Wait, Jason Momoa. Yeah, I don't know. It might be Elon again. I don't know. You could be right about that. Yeah, I think I know. Yeah, they are. Nicole Kidman's father, Anthony Kidman. I said it when it happened. It's common knowledge now. I heard it from a friend of mine who was married to a celebrity, was one of David Carradine's wives. She told me to check into it. Anthony Kidman arrested on child hunting charges. Hear the word in the middle. Child charges. What goes in the middle? Hunting. Child hunting. Child hunting. Not duck hunting. Fucking child hunting. Fiona Barnett brought a court case against Anthony Kidman. Psychiatrist, Dr. Anthony Kidman. Anthony Kidman had access to children with psych meds. Oh yeah, and he could have even made them dress up like furries and run through the forest in Belgium. I don't know, just guessing. Anyway, Nicole Kidman was raised in that family because it's what they do. They don't like us. This is what they do. They do this to human beings. Yes, Nicole was a ritualized child. To me, Nicole looks masculine. Anthony Kidman escaped. I think he was in Australia. I think the court was going to be in Brussels or Australia. I don't remember that, so I could be wrong. Then he escaped and went to Singapore and suddenly died. He either had a heart attack or was pushed down the stairs. We're not sure. And then Nicole Kidman, she very much missed her father. She loved him. He was a good man. Child hunting charges. I didn't make that shit up. Thailand, Singapore, Thailand, wherever. Yes, you're right. Thailand, thank you. Child hunting charges against Nicole Kidman's father. Why the fuck don't they talk about that? Why don't they talk about that, right? Oh, they do that to Native women and Native kids and Native men and anybody they kidnap. They do it. That is why Diddy is the tip of the iceberg. And since he's such a rat-ass bitch man, tell me why they're reporting. I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. Tell me why he's reading the Bible in court. Why is he reading the Bible? Bro, are you people dumb enough? Oh my God, look. P. Diddy's reading the Bible. He must be a good person. Please don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. He's probably reading it fucking backwards. Okay? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know. Reading the Bible. Oh, you man bitch. You're a good man bitch. You believe in Jesus, you man bitch. He doesn't believe in Jesus. I can't even say what he believes in. And his mother, I beg of you to change that wig. I beg of you. You've got more money than anything, like your son was running money over here to you. Do you see how he involved his whole family to go down with him? I know Diddy loves being a demon. He probably does have HIV. Whoever said that, he probably does have that. You can't have that much gay sex and not. He's clearly gay. Keep that in mind, ladies, when your man is, I love that thing on TikTok, the down low guy, the down low whisperer. That's my consensus that most men are gay. I watched it in the strip clubs. They like to come into the strip clubs and watch other men get aroused by naked women and then go out and suck their dicks. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me. It's a true story. Saw it. Anyway, it's his aunt, I think. I hope to God it's not his mom. But yeah, she's got to get rid of the wig. Like, I can't take her seriously with her choice of wigs. I'm sorry. I apologize. Anyway, the down low whisperer guy on TikTok, he's 100% right. If your dude is calling you a whore, a slut, a bitch, two-bit whore, whatever it is, and they're disappearing, drinking, going off and doing drugs, gambling, and they keep disappearing. They like men. And then that's why they come home and abuse you, because they hate themselves, because they don't, not his real mom. I don't think so. Yeah. Who knows what he did to his real mom? The mother is as crazy as her son. Yeah, I don't know that it's his real mom though. Well, it was Timo. Yeah, Timu looking wigs. I can't with her wig. I just can't with her wig. I just can't. I'd rather see no hair and a bow. But that's me, and that's just a personal opinion. So she thinks she looks cute. She thinks she looks cute. I'm thinking. Yeah, wigs are their costumes. They're so fucked up. P. Diddy, y'all, do you know how many people really admired P. Diddy? Do you know that? Do you know how he kept his women out there rapping and not paying them? You know that, right? He's not a good person. He's a horrible human being. Horrible. Mask and wigs. Chicken and pigs. Mask and wigs. She looks like a pimp. I think she is. And they conjure up demons. People don't believe that. They just, whatever. Yeah. And then Usher sent Bieber over there because Bieber got to get it up the ass in order to be successful. It's fucking disgusting what they do. It's disgusting. Diddy never fooled me. I never liked Diddy on any level. I've already done a video on JonBenet Ramsey. Nobody accidentally killed her. Shut up. It's a snuff film. It's a snuff film. Understand that it's a snuff film. Understand that these people, and it's right there on the dark web, love to watch babies get hurt, raped, and murdered. They love it. That is their entertainment. They're actually in Dubai hiring girls for $100,000 to beat them up and shit on them. Now, as a female, I'm going to draw a big fucking line there. I'm not for sale. You can't buy me. I don't care what you say. You can't buy me. You're not going to buy me. Hold on. I don't know who that is. Hold on. What do you think? Beverly Rhodes? I don't know who that is. Sorry. That doesn't mean anything. I'm not online. Like, as soon as I get off of here, I'll probably just, what time is it? Betty Bye time. Yes, they can follow the Kabbalah, but this is not what that is. I did a video on Madeleine McCain. I've done videos on all of it way before it was popular. 2018, 2019. Before other people did them, I did them. And no, I didn't say that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. He was murdered. Do you know why? Because the cameras were off. And you don't even really have to be psychic to figure that one out. Yeah, the missing kids in Nova Scotia to me were sold. I don't know what they were sold for, but I just heard the word sold. That's as much as I've looked into it. I can't look into this. The brother did not kill JonBenet Ramsey. She was given that brother did not kill her. They'd like to say the brother. That's the narrative. Okay, so you have 2 kids in your family. How many of your kids are killing their siblings? How many? They want you to think that that's fucking normal. No, it's not normal. No, it's not. All right, you guys, I gotta go. Yeah, I do feel like somebody sold those kids. I swear to God, that's the word I heard. I feel bad for the stepdad. He's stuck there. The mommy took off. Oh, I'll tell you a story about that bitch, Jay-Z. Yeah, you heard that right. Allegedly a man bitch. All right. So, and I'm going to say that because you fucking are. So a few years back, I was decorating a room at a shelter for kids. And there was a designer there. I'm not going to say her name, but she was a stunningly gorgeous woman. And she had stunningly gorgeous kids, though they were not that old. They may have been early preteen, like 10 through 13. But she was stunning. She was decorating one room. There were foster kids helping. And so I met the foster kids. My friend that opened up the shelter, like Maroon 5 was over in one room decorating. I was in another room decorating. And this famous designer was decorating. And I can't remember if she's clothes designer or product designer. Anyway, she was beautiful, okay? Stunning. And I was like, wow, she's fucking stunning. She would not look me in the eye. She would not look me in the eye. So I go to my friend, why the fuck won't this bitch look me in the eye? I go, I haven't done anything to her. Okay. A week later, Yeah, you know who it is, Karina. A week later, she's in the papers for having an affair with Jay-Z. She heard I was a psychic and didn't want to look me in the eye. She was caught coming out of a store with Jay-Z. So there you go. She would not look me in the eye. She was like this. She's like, hi. Her head's it's like, oh God. Anyway, yeah, so I've seen it all. They ignore you, they whatever. Jay-Z is no better. Jay-Z is not a good person. He's just not a good person by his proximity to P. Diddy, period. And if y'all think he is a good person, then that's a you problem because he knows who P. Diddy is. We know who P. Diddy is. Al B. Sure came out and said that Kim Porter was murdered. She did not die of pneumonia. He believes. That is what Kim Porter told me. And I'm going to say this again, June of 2023. She told me it would be the 15th or 16th of November. And I said it online that he would go down and get busted. And by God, he got busted. So if Kim Porter is so strong from the other side, Al B. Sure's got it now. He says P. Diddy poisoned him. Jamie Foxx is saying P. Diddy poisoned him. Why the fuck do you think P. Diddy's getting out of jail? I'm just curious. Like, can you poison people and go around like that? Can you murder your spouse and get away with it? We all know what he did. I mean, Kim Porter told me. I did not want to do the video on Kim Porter because I didn't really know who she was, and I don't like P. Diddy. Never have liked him. He bugged me. I wanted to always bitch slap that smug-ass look off his face. However, when she came through, and she's not a huge fan of Whitey either, by the way, but when she came through, she literally directly told me what to say. It was one of the strongest things I've ever picked up in my life. She was so precise and so specific and needed to say it because she was murdered. Those are her words, not my words. I didn't think anything of it. I did not know she was the mother of his children. You all guys told me, can you do a video on this? So I came home from Palm Springs and then I, decided to do it. I had some energy and I decided to do it. She is the communicator. The credit goes to Miss Porter. Miss Porter for speaking out against her abuser. Nothing can be hidden. You cannot murder somebody. Somebody's going to hear what's said. Okay? Spirit. Miss Porter in spirit defended herself, told herself, set it up that that bastard would go down. Okay? Exactly. And that's what she did. Now, I'm telling you, I think I said 2027 for Jay-Z and Beyonce. So those two are out of the picture at that point as well. Okay, so they're out. They're definitely out of the picture. Beyonce shouldn't be getting any applause. Why? Because she pimps her daughter out on stage. Notice the inverted daughter with the long arms. I don't know. That's just an opinion. Sorry. But anyway, I think her daughter's darling. But why are you parading your daughter out there? Why is your daughter your performance? Why are we expected to give you money, bitch, and then watch your kid? Why? I don't want to fucking pay for your kid. I don't think you're special because I got to watch your kid up there. I'm not a brainwashed beehiver. No. So I don't want to see your kid. I don't care who your kid's parents are. I feel badly for your kid's parent, for your kid, because she has you two for a parent. And you two were friends with Diddy. You two participated with Diddy. You shouldn't have custody of your kids because we know what Diddy did, right? That little girl, Ava, that he took. So I'm just curious. Why are we applauding Beyonce's daughter? I know she's proud of her daughter. As a mother, I love my children so much and my grandchildren. I get it. But you're putting your kid out there and you're saying, this is what I'm going to brainwash you into watching. That's what happened to Lisa Marie Presley, who couldn't sing, no offense. But, she's supposed to be like Elvis. So let's harass this girl her whole life so she got to be like Elvis. Why? And she did have a ruptured intestine, which is really interesting because that was also like something that happened to Elvis. But I don't care who your kids are. I don't necessarily want to see you prostitute them. I said Snoop Dogg would go down too. I don't want to see you prostitute them out there on stage. Like, what do you think? You're gonna endear us by you putting your kids up there? Why do you think that? Doesn't endear me. I don't like you. So nothing you do I like. I don't like. No bueno. Mm-mm. Yeah. Oh, she's 13. There you go. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know what Beyonce does, but Ava Baroni. Yeah, Ava Baroni. Where's Ava Baroni? And he loves saying that she was Ava Baroni Combs. Listen, P. Diddy, where's the paperwork for that girl? Where's the fucking legal guardianship paperwork for that girl? You're probably like Steven Tyler and you dated her and then adopted her. Didn't Steven Tyler do that with his 16-year-old girlfriend? And didn't Jimmy Page do that? Maybe not Jimmy Page, somebody else get guardianship over his girlfriend as his kid. Who's signing these fucking paperwork? Who is signing a paperwork? Hi, here's my daughter. Oh, Elvis. Here's my daughter. She's 14, 15, or 16. You're a grown ass fucking man and you're going to adopt her and fuck her? No. No. I want to know. I want to know who's signing these papers. I don't know where Ava Baroni is. Ava Baroni's mother should be appalled. She stole the kid, took her from the father, blamed the father for some shit, and then we don't see this kid anymore. Yeah, Woody Allen. All of these. Do you know how many girlfriends I had? And they worked for huge TV productions, and they're like, I want to marry a guy like Woody Allen. First of all, he's fucking ugly, okay? Why you want to marry a short, ugly, deviant little weirdo who molested his biological daughter and then molested his adopted daughter? Technically, he didn't sign the paperwork. She was Andre Prevon's daughter, Soon Yi. And now Soon Yi is a good Stepford wife to the pedophile who likes pictures of young kids, according to the Epstein Island logs. He likes them to call him grandpa while he looks at their nasty parts. And it's not their nasty parts. He's nasty. Okay, so like I want to be like Woody Allen. His movies suck. He doesn't have an ounce of talent because he's deviant. So no, I can't. I just can't. He's ugly. He's so ugly. Don't you want to just beat the shit out of him? Seriously, don't you want to beat the shit out of him? And everybody got so mad at Mia Farrow. Why is this guy taking naked pictures of his wife's daughter? What are you doing? And then your own daughter. Not only the one that isn't blood. You got to go ruin the bloodline too. I don't know where Ava is. Wait, hold on. Need to find the positive in life. That's a you problem. Stop saying that to me. Oh, don't tell the truth. Just be positive. Shut the fuck up. This is what's going on. Our news media is pummeled with P. Diddy information. You might as well know what's going on instead of being willfully blind to the fact that children are being trafficked. Your children, your grandchildren, your neighbor's children are being put everywhere pornographically. You need to grow a pair and deal with reality rather than we need to find the good in life. Get real. There is no good on this planet. You can have moments of good, but do you see what's going on? It's people with the positivity. Oh, I need to see the good in people. Why? What do you see good about P. Diddy? One of you fucking toxic positivity whack jobs tell me that. You need to see the good in people? Tell me what's good about P. Diddy. I want to know. Because I don't see anything good in him. There's not a redeemable thing about him. And don't tell me to be positive when I'm speaking the truth on my own channel. This is what my channel's about. Don't fucking come at me like that. Be positive. Shut up. Just shut up. I don't like Gypsy Rose. She's just too ugly for me to deal with. I said it. I said it. Her baby looks like her. That's unfortunate for the baby. Maybe the baby will change. I don't know. Yeah, people who say, I choose to see the good in them, which is another way of saying, I choose to be delusional and avoid reality because I have a personal issue with seeing reality. You do understand that. You are the same people that allow your children to get raped in a home by saying, I have to see the good in people. I need to see positive. So when daddy rapes his daughter, you just need to see the positive. So you'll make dinner and sit at the table with the rapist while your daughter is destroyed becomes a drug addict and has to run away and go into the sex industry. That's what you will do. So yeah, you're the problem, not me. You don't have to be on my channel. I'm speaking from, yeah, they just fucking, please. You know, and the Menendez brothers should be out because Jose Menendez fucked his son and the mother fucked the other one. So let them out of jail. That's why they shot these people. They shot their abusers and they're getting more punishment than the people they bust for child porn. Go figure that out. The Menendezes should be free. Free the Menendezes, the brothers. Free them. I knew they were molested back then. It made perfect sense to me. It was so readable. I don't know what to say. Everybody's like, no, their dad would never do that. How the fuck do you know? How do you know? Oh my God. How do you know? Right? I mean, okay. I just got to go to sleep. Yeah. I got to go, you guys. I love you. I got to eat I'm going to eat some scrambled eggs with some ricotta cheese because I love the dairy products. They do need to be freed. They don't need to be locked up. The Los Angeles DA, I don't know why on fucking earth that he's still keeping them locked up. I don't understand the punishment for that. It's atrocious. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. You cannot sodomize your son and then abuse them for their life and not think that when they get a chance, they're going to bite your arm like a tiger in a cage because you're going to get your shit kicked out of you. Okay, bye, you guys. I'll see you later. Okay. Well, back to P. Diddy news. Keep Googling. Google, oh my God. Now I just forgot the name of it. What's the name of it? Pig, what is it? Pigs. Oh my God, I just forgot of it on TikTok. Google that, the pig thing. I just forgot it. It went right out of my head. Pay pigs. Google pay pigs. There's a whole bunch of channels that talk about pay pigs. Google that. Enjoy yourself. And you're welcome. Okay, bye, you guys. Thank you all so much. Bye, you guys. Have a good night. Bye.